Hey everybody, I'm going to talk to you about creating your thumbnail sketches for your landscape. Now today we're going to be looking for 3 thumbnail sketches for your landscape design. This way you'll be able to pick which one you like best and want to move forward with. As you can see, I've already pulled up a reference image. I picked a picture of Mount Fuji, just the throwback to the Hokusai images that we were looking at earlier. The first thing I'm going to do when I create my thumbnail sketch is create a small box. And as you know from thumbnail sketches before, this is going to represent the full size of my final copy paper. Now, my, for you guys, your thumbnail sketch boxes are going to be pretty small. You can work horizontally, you can work vertically. That is completely up to you. For the sake of this demo, what I'm going to go ahead and do is flip my paper over and just make my design a little bit larger so it's easier to see on your screens. So your thumbnail sketch box does not need to be this large. The only reason I'm making it this large is, so you can see what I'm doing. The first thing I want to do is establish my horizon line, and you guys saw horizon lines and examples of those yesterday when you completed your activity. I'm going to notice the horizon line is almost centered. It's a little bit below center in my space, so that's the first thing I'm going to go ahead and add in my image. Now I can look at everything that's sort of in my picture. I can look at where the sky meets this mountain here. This is Mount Fuji back here, as well as the overlapping trees that I see here. So I have a lot of good reference points and things that I can look at to start. I can see that the trees do pop above the horizon line on this hill that we see here, and they almost go a little bit past center on my image here. When I'm looking at Mount Fuji, I can see how it overlaps and sort of peaks almost near the middle of the image and then kind of falls back down towards the edge. I've made my box a little bit larger proportionally, I think. So what I'm going to do, no need to stress about that. I'll just go ahead and fix the box that I created to match a little bit better with the image on the screen. The next thing I want to do is look for other main areas of detail. So I can see where the water and the beach are meeting. And I can see that they're creating this nice little U-curve here. And that's going to show where the water is sort of washing up on the shore. Now, all I've done here is create a very, very general look at this picture here, but I've created a couple things. I can see that I have something distinctly in my foreground, my middle ground, and my background. Now I can move a little bit further in and start to add some details. Now, you might be wondering, Mr. Zimi, if we're painting, why are we creating a thumbnail sketch using pencil? This is one thing that's going to help you say, okay, is this the image I want to draw? Is this really what I want to put in here? And it'll also allow you to add some different modifications to your image. You don't have to work directly from a photograph. I use this as my main reference, but I can certainly add other things to it. Say I wanted to add maybe a tree over here in my foreground, sort of branching outwards and really overlapping some of my details in the background. I don't want to lose Mount Fuji too much, obviously, as trying to throw back there to Hokusai. But if I wanted to add my tree in, I could look up another reference image of a cherry blossom tree and just add that into my image as well. By adding an additional element into my foreground, I can create a little bit more interest in my piece when the viewer is looking at it. Everything I go to add is going to create that element of depth where we're looking at our foreground, middle ground, and background. Now, guys, I'm going to be looking for you to do your 3 thumbnail sketches. It shouldn't just be one like I have here. So make sure, and again, you can switch the orientation of your page. That's completely up to you. Make sure you've completed all 3 on your paper before submitting your work. Again, big things, look for that horizon line. That's a big deal. Make sure you've included something in your background, your middle ground, and your foreground. And I highly recommend looking at a reference image and making modifications if you need to. Thanks for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Monday. Bye.